Hey y'all, hey, what's happening? If you're new to my channel, my name is Tasha Marie TMR. How you doing, baby? Alright, if this is your first time here and you have not yet subscribed, please do so at this moment. And if you've been watching me for a while and you're realizing, dang, I keep missing all of Tasha Marie TMR's videos. Well, girl, go on, click that notification bell. Make sure you click the top option, which is all, so therefore you can be notified every time I drop a new video. And if you've been watching me for a while and you're still like, sis, go on, hit that subscribe button. You know you love me. Hey y'all, welcome back to another sit down reaction video. Guys, welcome back. How you doing? All right, y'all, so today we are going to be doing a reaction to My Jazzed Up Life, which is My Jazzy Life. She has 2 channels. She did a video and she uploaded it, I believe it was yesterday, but I saw it today. She uploaded it on her channel. Basically it was a short video, basically her venting about mom life of a mom of 4 children, single mom life, you know. Now again, you guys, when you come over here on my channel for reaction videos, I try to be fair and honest. I try to give suggestions as much as I can, even you know, more so to the person who we're reacting about, or I could try to make it, you know, or we'll make it a more relatable, you know, situation. You know, at the end of the day, y'all, I understand what it feels like to be a single mom. I too have 4 children. Now, granted, my kids are much older now, but I was too once in Jasmine's shoes where I had small children and didn't have any help. Okay, so I get it and I understand. I sympathize with her, but at the end of the day, you know, mom life or parent life has never been easy. So when you find yourself in a situation where, you know, it seems unbearable, one thing's for sure, you don't get no days off for being a parent. You don't get any. You know, you're a parent in your sleep, okay? Because even in your sleep, you're still trying to figure out ways to make your family better, right? All right, you guys, so we're going to go ahead and react to this video.
A lot of people don't understand what I go through. I go through a lot. I don't know why I'm making this video. I know people are gonna say, Jasmine, you know what, these are your kids. You brought them up, you decided to have kids, but you know what, I didn't decide to be single. I didn't decide to be alone in life. I thought I was gonna have a partner. I thought I was gonna have somebody that was gonna be with me through this. I thought that I wouldn't have had 4 kids. I wouldn't have 4 kids by myself if I would have known that I was gonna be doing this stuff by myself.
So I'm gonna stop it right there. Y'all, basically what she said is, if you know, she didn't have these kids by herself. When she decided to have children, she wanted to have children with a partner. Okay, and the partner is her baby's father. His name is Philip. And right now he's incarcerated. He has a sentence of 5 years that he has to do. And I understand, Jasmine. You know, we would all love to, you know, as a woman, and I'm speaking to the ladies right now, we would all love to have our children and be married and live happily ever after. But at the end of the day, life is not perfect. We do know that, right? And what I will say to her in this particular moment, what she said is, you know, if she'd known this, she wouldn't have had 4 kids. Well, based off of watching Jasmine's videos, y'all, Jasmine's been on YouTube for quite some time. She's been on YouTube since she had 1 child. Now she has 4. She has a set of twins. And from what I've seen, looking at some of her older videos, you know, unfortunately, the father of all 4 of her children, which is Philip, that's his name, he's been in and out of jail pretty much the whole time, right? Just in and out, in and out, in and out. And, you know, had some legal issues and stuff. So although she didn't think he was going to be gone for 5 years this time, because historically he goes in month, 2 months, couple months, and then he gets back out. Then he gets in trouble again. He goes in month, 2 months, whatever, he gets back out. But this particular time, I guess, the penal system said they didn't want to play with him anymore, and they decided to, I guess, teach him a lesson and give him some time. So unfortunately, right now for her and him and the children, he's incarcerated, okay? And I do want to say this. Philip also has other children outside of Jasmine's.
All the time. This man literally decided not to be with me with 4 kids. I feel like I'm doing so much. And I get it. I'm not going to force nothing on his family or anything.
Now, she said he decided not to be with her and leave her with 4 kids. And she's right. He did decide that. Now, did he want to get in trouble? Yeah, no. But when you do things to break the law, and you get caught, that's what happens. You have to pay the price of whatever crime that you committed. So yes, when she said he decided, that's what he did. He decided. That was his decision to get himself in that situation, to leave her and the mother of his other children stranded.
But it's only so much a woman can personally take. And I'm kind of, I don't want to say my breaking point, because I hit my breaking point when I went to finish this baby, but I'm falling apart, okay? Like, I'm stressed, I'm really overwhelmed, and I try, what's hurting my money. I try to vlog, I'm trying to be happy, but it's almost impossible to be happy when you're going through what I'm going through.
And this is what I would say with that. As far as her current situation, I'm going to say her mental state or her anxiety right now that she's going through, affecting her money, meaning she's not able to vlog like she wants to, because she says she vlogs, a couple times during the week. Well, then just vlog what you're going through, because it's, My Jazzed Up Life or My Jazzy Life, which is her 2 channels. Just vlog what you're going through. At the end of the day, it's a relatable topic to a lot of women. I mean, thus far, she doesn't really hide a lot. She puts a lot of her personal business on her channel. And, I would say to that, Jasmine, put yourself on a schedule. Put yourself on a vlogging schedule. Dedicate, 3 days a week to vlogging, if that's what you choose to do. I think if she would put herself on a consistent schedule, just like when you go to work. Most people go to work Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, 8 to 4, 9 to 5, 9 to 6. They're on a schedule. So all the other activities that they have going on in their life, be it their own personal hobbies or the children's activities, because they have a set schedule and they know what they have to do every day they're scheduled to work, they plan everything else around it. The bad thing with vlogging, being a YouTuber, vlogging, if you don't put yourself on a schedule, you're just kind of all over the place, right? Because you don't have to vlog at a certain time, or you don't have to be somewhere at a certain time. So I think what she needs to do is she needs to treat her YouTube channel as a job and put herself on a schedule like she's clocking in for work on a daily basis.
I love my baby stuff, don't get me wrong, but I'm around them too much to the point that they're crying all the time. They're always crying, they're always throwing fits.
And I'm going to say this. Well, the reason why that is, Jasmine, is you spoiled them, and, it's a difference between loving your children and spoiling your children. There is a difference, and if they are at the point where they having separation anxiety to where you can't separate yourself from them, even if y'all being in the house together, her kids are 1. They're 1 year old. They're going on 2, but they won't be 2 to next year. They're at a perfect age, a perfect stage where you can break that. And how you can do that is start maybe possibly finding a daycare or someone that you can, somebody who has a, small in-home daycare or something like that, and maybe start taking them 1 or 2 days out of the week. so they can start understanding, you know, to get that separation anxiety under control. So what you hear, you guys, in the background is the twins are crying. They're in the room, and because she shares a room with her twins, they're in the room crying. She said that she had fed them, gave them drink, changed them. They were fine, but they were just crying because they weren't. I guess they weren't up under her. So she's irritated because she was fixing herself noodles in the video, trying to eat, because she says she never gets a chance to eat. So she was simply trying to feed herself. But she was getting irritated by the kids crying for no apparent reason, other than they want to be wherever she is.
Like, I ain't got time to lie to nobody or hide anything. I don't eat. I be going all day. I have a cup of coffee. A lot of people like, Jasmine, you should be on your shit. You're at home all the time. That's the problem. When you're at home.
Well, she said that's the problem when you're at home all the time. Well, Jasmine, if that is a problem, then you're the only person that can rectify that problem. Sounds like to me you need some time outside that house. Well, then you need to do that. You need to make it happen. Instead of driving yourself crazy, make it to where you have time away from the children. Yeah, I thank God. I truly do. I thank God that I was able to get up and go to work every day when my kids were younger. Because at the end of the day, that gave me a degree of separation from them daily. Like they gave them some time away from me, and they gave me some time away from them. Even though I was at work, but I was able to get that breathing space. And then when I would go pick my kids up in the evening from daycare, school, or whatever, we had that time to, to reevaluate, to get ourselves together. And it worked out fine, because again, we were on a schedule.
Get your home and everything in it covered.
Okay, so this is a commercial right here.
Old insurance kind of sucks, but Lemonade is different.
24/7 with your kids, you can't be on your shit. I feel like on my life, it's always kids, and they fight, scream, and that's kids, but only so much a person can take without getting some relief, some time to themselves.
But she needs to make that happen. Like when you're a stay-at-home mom and you have small children, you're going to be around your kids all the time, unless you present it to where, again, you can have time away from the children. And it's nothing wrong with that. It's nothing wrong with wanting personable or me time. It's nothing wrong with that. Everybody deserves it. Everybody needs it. But my thing is this: instead of complaining about it, be proactive and start doing something about it. Because there's her two oldest children. She has two older girls. They're in school all day. Okay. I know the oldest one is, because I believe she's in first grade. And then the second oldest one, she just started school. She might be in pre-K. So she might go to school like maybe half a day or something like that. And look, y'all, I do understand childcare is expensive. But in her situation for those two twins, she wouldn't have, unless she just wanted to and she had the money to do so, she wouldn't have to take them to daycare 5 days a week. She could pick 2 days out of the week where she sends those children to daycare 8 hours of the day. That would give her a full whole day to get stuff handled with her business, as far as her YouTube channel, stuff handled with her personal life, stuff handled in her mom life, as far as grocery shopping, household. Like at the end of the day, baby, you got to make your situation work for you. Even if you don't have help from family members, because she says she doesn't have help from family members. And when she says family members, I'm assuming she meaning the dad's family. She doesn't have help from them. Okay, well, you don't have help from them. At the end of the day, you are the one that lives in your house. And if you want your house to run a certain way, you have to set those standards for your house to run that way. Her kids are young enough to where she can get some structure instilled in them now. So therefore, everybody can run, and her house will run a little smoother. But she is the key to all of this. I do understand picking up the camera, venting. Okay, girl, if that's what you want to do, because guess what? There's other women that's in her same similar situation, right? And maybe she's speaking to the other women that can kind of feel what she's going through. But at the end of the day, even when she puts that camera down, she's still living in her real life. Even after you finish venting for these 11 minutes, when you put that camera down, them kids were still crying and you still had to be a mama. So what do you do in that moment to make your mom life more tolerable?
Just thinking about this is making me sleepy. I mean, sleepy, girl. It's making me upset. I'm so overwhelmed. The twins, they wake up, fussy, feed them, they're yelling. I hate doing this shit by myself. Like, I wish my life was different. I just wish I had more help. I wish Philip was here to help. Even if we're not together, I just want this man to help me. Like,
okay, she keeps saying that she wish she had help. She wish she had help. Well, y'all, Philip has been out of the picture for a year now. Over a year, I believe. He's been in jail over a year. So at this point, you should be well used to handling your situation without him. Wishing upon a star for him is not going to work. The only way it will work is when, the Texas Department of Correction lets him go once he served his time. Him not being there, I know you wish he was there, even if they weren't together, at least he would be there in some way where he could still be some type of support. But okay, here's the thing though. I understand that, but that's called shoulda, coulda, right? But he's not there. So what do you do knowing that he's not there, right? It would be all the same if the man was deceased, okay? Then what would you do then? Because there is no coming back. You see what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, understanding that you wish you had more help, but understand that you obviously don't. That's why you're on this camera talking about your feelings and your emotions. Stand in the truth of the fact that I am all I got. And I as of right now, I am all these children have. And make it a better situation. It just seems like Jasmine is not as strong as she should be.
When my heart breaks sometimes, I can't do a lot of shit. Kaylin wanted me to go to this parent pizza thing last night. I was so overwhelmed that I couldn't bring myself to go because I was so stressed out. I was just like, I can't. I have the babies crying. I can't. And they just been a little bit fussy. They both want.
So it sounds like y'all, to me, from what that says, it sounds like her biggest stressor right now is those twins. And I get it because they're going into that terrible 2 stage. I understand that. So like I said earlier in the video, she's already in a position where 2 of the kids are away from the house Monday through Friday. They're either in school half a day or all day, okay? So now what you need to do is find a way of putting those twins in some type of childcare. Like if you keep hollering you can't afford it, then you figure out a way to afford it. Because at the end of the day, isn't holding your sanity together more important? Like you said, it's affecting your money. So if those kids are affecting you making money, then you could potentially lose a whole lot more than sleep. Like your livelihood.
Want to be held. Okay. Like I said, I go all day without eating. And today, I think I ate one time last night.
At the end of the day, y'all, she needs to be on a schedule, herself and those children.
That was it. So today I decided I was going to just put them in the crib. If they cry, they cry. I gave them their food. They're watching Paw Patrol. But I gotta eat.
Yeah, they're not watching Paw Patrol, baby. They screaming and hollering, y'all. It's a commercial. We're going to zoom right on past this. But that's the thing.
You know what?
They're
They can't
not
give you online.
watching Paw Patrol. They're not
That's
in a
right.
situation where you can do other
At
things in
Lemonade,
the
we
house.
know you've got better things
They're
to do,
they're
which is
crying
why we make
because they
Find
want their
It awesome.
mom. Because they're used to not being on a schedule.
I gotta take some time to myself and eat, right? And the first are like, you got the camera out. Y'all are propped up. I don't even care what anybody say. You would think people will recognize when people are overwhelmed and stressed, and they're like, you know what? Let me give her a little bit of help. And some people don't get the fact that 2 babies is 2 times overwhelming. They always say, well, I was single with 1 kid, and I did this with 1 kid, and I this and that. But you know, I sit here, and when people say that, I get the bigger picture. They were single with 1 kid. But did your family completely cut y'all off? No. Hell.
Now, when she say family, I don't know if she means her family and the children's dad's family. Yeah, I don't know what she means by that. And yes, okay, well, if your family has completely cut you off, I don't know which family you're speaking about. Okay. Like, at the end of the day, baby, when it's all said and done, people are not going to just break their necks to help you with your children when they got their own. Nobody's asking you to watch theirs. Okay? People just ain't going to break their necks. Because at the end of the day, y'all children are a handful. And if you already got a handful of your own, you ain't really trying to incorporate no others. Okay? It's just that simple.
I know a lot of stuff. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and bash nobody and talk about anybody, but I know.
So I think she's talking about her family when she says that. Now, I'm going to be honest with y'all. All that screaming and hollering in the background, yeah, that's a lot. That's a whole lot. Okay? But at that moment, that's when you, like this moment she's having, that's when you put the camera on pause and you go in there and you figure out what is wrong with the children. Like, it could be something wrong. I don't know. Okay? But you don't know sitting in there ignoring it. Right? You go in there, you assess the situation. If you clearly see they're just crying because they're just, crying because that's just what they want to do. There's nothing wrong with them. They just want your attention. Well, baby, then you sit down and you give them some attention. And then, you play with them for a half an hour. I don't know, however you need to do it.
This is going to be my second challenge. I'm just tired. I'm so overwhelmed with this fucking life, bro. Not having help. I think that's what's overwhelming me the most. It's not having help. Like, you shouldn't go to bed. I should not have my kids to bed and be like, man, I wish the night was just a little bit longer. Because I know I gotta edit, I gotta wash clothes. And by the time I'm done with that, I'd be like, I wanna watch some. I don't know when the last time I watched TV. I wanna watch TV.
Well, here's the thing, you guys. Again, this goes back to put yourself on the schedule. Like, if you've went all day and you haven't washed clothes, like, how are they keeping you from washing clothes? Like, you put the clothes in the washing machine and the washing machine washes itself. When the cycle stops, you take it out, you put it in the dryer. It dries itself. When you get the clothes out the dryer, the 2 older children, you have them help you fold clothes. You fold some, they fold some. That way they're interacting. They're learning how to clean up and, do mom stuff. Like, she keeps saying that she doesn't like the fact that she's doing it by herself. Well, okay, but Jasmine, then, like, okay, but you are by yourself. Like, I get that you don't like it, but baby, this is your current situation. So you got to figure out, and this just don't go for Jasmine. This goes for anybody who this relates to. Like, if you are a person that's in Jasmine's current situation, instead of complaining and crying about it, and I get she's venting, okay? She's venting, right? And I understand that. We all need to vent, okay? And she's doing it because she has a platform to do it. And she feels like doing this will reach other women. But I would suggest to Jasmine to maybe reach out to a support group in her city. Okay? Because obviously there are other women who are in her current situation. Maybe reach out to a support group of moms with twin children and see if there's some resources that she just doesn't know about because she's not networking in her city.
I want some me time, but I don't get that at all. Like, some people can get it here and there. I want it just maybe an hour, but you know what? I would be grateful for an hour, but I really want like a weekend to get my mind together. I feel like my mind isn't together right now. My food is just making me this shit, everything.
And you know what? If she wants that weekend, you know, I mean, it's called sacrifices. I have went many weekends pleading and begging to get me a, you know, just a weekend where I can take off some mom duties. And I didn't get it. But at the end of the day, you know, even though I couldn't go out, again, y'all, we're going to go back. We're going to keep saying this. It's this magic word of this video, schedule. Put your children on this. Those kids are one. It sounds like she has the most anxiety with the twins. Because it's like double trouble. They're a handful, right? They're one. Them babies should be asleep by 8 o'clock. 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. Be sleep. And even if they wake up in the middle of the night, which they should be at the age where they're not waking up, but just let's say they do, it's in the middle of the night. So you should be able to easily put them back to sleep. As far as her weekend situation, you know, I don't know if maybe she can reach out to her mom and ask her mom ahead of time, like give her mother a projected day to see if her mom would be available to watch the kids for her for the, for a weekend. But again, you know, nobody's going to do that every weekend.
For fucking 7. I'm only one person. I hate getting on your client, little bitch. But I'm tired of hiding shit. I'm tired of holding back. I have not personally vlogged in over a week. That's not me. I'll usually vlog at least once or twice. And you know, of course, I got other videos, but I will vlog at least once or twice. And I have not. Put her shoe down. Why would you do that? I'm just so... Give it here. And then you got kids doing dumb stuff, like she's trying to rip Ava's shoe right now.
Well, that's because you got to give her something to do, Jasmine. Instead of sitting, you know, and I'm not trying to be rude when I say this, but instead of sitting on the camera venting, give your child, like, because as she was doing this video, you guys, Amaya, which is the second oldest, she was just kind of just wandering around the kitchen and living room area, right? Obviously looking for something to get into. Well, at that moment, when you, at the side of your eye, if you're paying attention, you see her looking for something to get into, that's when you stop what you're doing and you grab her, like you put the camera on pause, grab her up, sit her down, give her the coloring book and some crayons, and make her, you know, I'm gonna be honest with you, when my kids was little like that, they had little tables. I had 2 tables. I would sit 2 of them at each table. And when I seen behaviors get mostly on the weekends when we had nothing to do, and I seen kids getting a little out of control and they start hollering they was bored and start doing stuff, I kept coloring book and crayons. I kept them. I would go get coloring book and crayons, and I would sit them at their tables, at the little tables I had for them, and that's what we getting ready to do. Or I would have, I had worksheets for them, like they could draw on worksheets. Y'all had a lot of stuff to do because I actually wanted to be a teacher. So, when I was, young growing up, y'all, I wanted to be a teacher. So, when I had my kids, I always kept stuff like that, extracurricular activities. I kept flashcards, interactive things for children. Like, I always kept that type of stuff because I feel like children need to be occupied. Because an idle mind is a devil's workshop. Okay?
Like, she's over here trying to rip her shoe, putting shit in it and ripping it. I don't even know how to put this up. Just somewhere. I have Chrissy, I have my girls, I have my mom to vent to. And that's another thing, my mom, she's been sick. Yeah. I can't turn to my mom all the time, like, Mom, I need your help. My mom ain't been feeling good. I expect other people and family. Like, this is when I have my moments that I just like.
Hey, you guys, I had to stop the video here and edit this part out because she was doing a lot of cussing and I didn't want that on my channel. So now back to the video.
Or because me and this nigga are just is everything. All I need is some fucking help.
So that's why I say, y'all, I think she's talking about his family that's not, helping out or whatever. Well, at the end of the day, baby, okay, well, they not helping. All right? You can't force them because they're the family member. They not the daddy, okay? So it's messed up that, the grandmother, which is his mother, if he got siblings, which I think she said he has siblings. I think he has a sister or something like that. Yeah, that's messed up that they're not reaching out a hand, extending a hand to help you with your children. Well, with you knowing that, then you got to do what you got to do to make your situation straight. Even if you don't get that weekend getaway no time soon, but I will be getting some peace and quiet Monday through Friday. I definitely would do that. To me, at the end of the day, however much you need to spend, that would be a well worth dollar spent to keep your sanity. If you had to spend an extra couple dollars and make some room in your budget, that's what you need to do. I would encourage Jasmine to reach out to some support groups in her city. Reach out to some support groups of parents who have a similar situation, especially like single mom support group, or single moms of twins, or moms of twins. And instead of talking to other girls, I'm not saying she shouldn't talk to her friends, but unfortunately for her friends that she's speaking of don't live in the same city as her, so they're not really much help. And both those ladies have their own children as well.
A little bit, just so I can get my mind together. And don't ever say that you don't help anybody else, motherfuckers, because everybody gets fucking help. But
yeah, so she was typing some other stuff.
I'm always dealing with this. They fight. I'm literally late. I told myself last night, Johnny, we're gonna go to bed. I got them in bed on time.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. We're gonna go ahead and stop the video here. We have about.
They colored all over the wall, so I was sitting there scrubbing the walls for about an hour.
Yeah, but that comes from not, baby, their kids being unattended. That's what happens.
Try to keep it real with y'all.
Okay, y'all. We're gonna go ahead and stop the video here because that was a lot to that was a lot going on in there, y'all. She ended up, we only have about 3 or 4 minutes left of the video. And she also ended up saying, like, she know there's going to be a lot of reaction videos about this, but she don't care. And she was getting, she was mad, I guess how maybe some of the reaction videos, she feels like some of the reaction videos would come out about this. Well, at the end of the day, honey, your girl over here, yeah, I sympathize with your situation, but you have to help yourself. Like, I understand the venting part. Reaction videos would be the least thing I would be worried about. Because at the end of the day, when, it's like reacting to an episode. We're reacting to a re-episode or an episode on TV. But I would think that most of the reaction videos that would come out should be of, a favorable content. Because at the end of the day, we're talking about children. And I don't think nobody's really going to bash you like that. But what I will say in closing, y'all, Jasmine needs to woman up. I understand she's a woman, right? But she needs to put her big girl's panties on and understand that Philip's family, for whatever the reason is not helping her. And she obviously can't change that right now. Okay, well, now you resort to plan B. If they was plan A, now you see plan A it's not working out, then you resort to plan B. Because at the end of the day, it's not going to get any better if you don't put a control on it. Those children screaming and hollering in the background like that, like, I'm going to be very honest with you. At that moment, the video would have been put on pause. I would have went and got my kids together, whatever their needs or wants were. I would have attended to those. And when I would have came back to finish the video, you wouldn't have heard anything in the background because those kids would have been handled. We would have figured out whatever was going on with them. We would have figured that out. At the end of the day, until Jasmine gets control of her situation, control of her life, control of her children, she's gonna always go through moments like this, you know, and it's a very messed up situation to be in, to be alone and not having a support system. It's a hell of a situation because you do need help. But here's the thing. There is help out there. You might have to pay for that help, but that's okay. Because one thing's for sure, if you paid for that help, then that means that person is obligated. If you call up your homegirl or you call up your cousin Earl and be like, hey, can you watch the kids for me? And they be like, yeah, bring them over here. And then you get them over there and Earl gone. But at the end of the day, you're not paying Earl. So Earl wasn't really obligated. Even though Earl said he was going to watch him, but when you get over there and Earl gone, yeah, you're not paying Earl. But if you call that daycare and you go to that daycare and you register your kids for that daycare and you let the daycare know, I need your services on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 8 to 4. Tuesday morning at 7:45, you walking through the door to drop your kids off. Guess what? That daycare is going to receive your kids because guess what? They're getting paid for their services. All right, y'all. Until the next time, I will see y'all in the next video. Remember, y'all, sub what you love. Bye-bye.